Hi guys, my name is Sandra. I'm from MBBS year 2 April. So I've been taking this communication skills IPE for a while now. So let's see what did I go through, what did I learn throughout these 6 weeks of IPE. Let's go. So there were a number of activities that were conducted during this 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks of IPE. So the first one was passing the info through drawing, where we were given a picture to remember, and the person has to pass the info what they have seen in the picture, and then the last person has to actually draw it, and the last person was actually me. So to summarize this thing, I was actually a bit challenged because my group was having a bit difficulties of passing the info of how they remember the picture and everything. But at the end, somehow by communicating, passing the info slowly one by one, I successfully drew the picture, and guess what? We won first place. The second game was charades. So basically charades, right? So you'll be given an occupation or some sort of medical tool, and basically you have to guess or act it out to your teammate. So that's what we were given, and through communicating with each other and our teammates, we somehow managed to get through all the charades through simple communication skills like acting gestures, non-verbal and everything, and somehow we got first place as well. So the third one, which is the second week, was our game, which was Hangman, but a modified version, where we will show the bits and pieces of Hangman, and we will also include an occupation which uses that specific medical tool. So the participant has to guess two, which is the occupation and also the medical tool or the communication tool that they are using. So it was quite a bit of a challenge, but it was fun throughout the journey, and all my teammates had to help each other out, and we separated each other to conduct or facilitate each group, and somehow they managed to play, and it was quite fun. So the next game was Poison Ball, where music will be played. It's basically like musical chair, where a ball will be passed from each team members, and when the music stops, you'll be given like 4 pictures or 1 picture to guess what medical term or medical occupation is that. You have to act it out without saying a word. So this is through non-verbal communication. It was very, very fun actually, because it had several levels. So somehow we managed to get it through, and I had to play it like thrice, I think. So the next game was connecting the drawing, where a phrase or a sentence will be shown to us, and the starting person has to draw the picture, and we'll be given 60 seconds, and we have to connect the drawings in order to complete the sentence that we were given, and the last person has to guess what we drew. So it was quite fun. We didn't take a lot of time. Through passing the information, somehow we got along, and we had to add small details. We didn't have to help a lot to our team. They somehow managed to communicate with each other non-verbally, and we managed to finish it, and the last person had a little bit time to guess it, and somehow they got it right. The next game was Bingo, where there'll be jumbled up words, and you have to act out the jumbled up words. Firstly, you have to guess the correct word, which is already jumbled up, and you have to act it out. So when your teammates guess, if it's correct, you get to cross out. So each player has to cross out 5 words, and we were one of the first teams to finish fast, so it was quite easy to communicate with my group. The next game was Werewolf, where each player will be given characters, and we cannot reveal our characters. Our role is to basically play our role, and we have to identify who is the patient, which is the hidden character among us. So it was pretty challenging because lies, right? Like the patient would lie and they would blend among us. But somehow in the first round, my team got it right. Like the patient, we excluded the patient in the first round. So it was quite fun to play this game because we were communicating indirectly with each other to identify who's the imposter. So yeah. And the last game was decision making, where we will be given, it was like something like OBA, where a question will be given and then a choice of answers will be given, and we have to basically choose our best decision. Here and there we did make mistakes where they were not good decision, moderate decision, and also best decision. I think out of 5 to 6 questions we had like 3 to 4 best decision. We thoroughly discussed among our group mates, and somehow we came up with the good decision that we thought, but here and there we did make mistakes, and that was quite a challenge actually. It was a good game actually. So that's 4, which is building interpersonal relationships, expressing ideas and emotions, resolving conflicts, and lastly to convey information clearly. Yes, because basically practice makes perfect. So to become a good communicator, you need to actively listen, write, and also interpret non-verbal cues. So these practices help refine skills such as clarity, tone, and also active listening. So before this course, I didn't know communication can be done in various ways, such as non-verbal, verbal, written, virtual, audio, and so on. So it was a new experience for me, and it definitely did give me a new viewpoint on communication, which did give me an upper hand to polish my communication skills as an overall. So in the aspect of the game, I did actively participate in the weekly activities. So in fact, for the first week, we won the 2 games that were conducted. And I was the first person to draw the first game that I explained just now. So that is that. And for our game, we equally contributed our ideas, our thinking and everything, and somehow we came together to conduct the activity, and it was a success at the end. So since I'm pursuing MBBS, so I'm a future doctor, so this would really help me in patient interaction during consultation, diagnosing, and also delivering treatment. And on top of that, teamwork in healthcare is really essential, and you have to communicate among interpersonal communities such as medical assistants, nurses, pharmacists, and so on. So this really makes it easier for me to communicate and deliver information, as I need to work in a very wide spectrum of different area interpersonal communities.